Hey there folks, good morning. As I mentioned earlier, it's raining outside, so I was looking for a good indoor project today. Yesterday I touched on some of the upcoming ideas I had for working with the Taurus GX4. Everybody seems to like that one right now. It's a pretty cool little gun, just hit the market a few days ago. As you can see folks, this one is empty. It is the latest in the recent uptick of high-capacity micro 9s. My disclaimer for that is this. I'm talking about pistols that are double-stack micro 9s that are in the size realm of the P365 that hold at least 10 plus 1 rounds. That's the criteria for this. I realize there's all kinds of good pistols that just don't quite fit that criteria. But anyway, today we are going to compare it, and this is a tabletop comparison, to the Sig P365, because I feel that's the pistol it most closely resembles. It's also pretty much like a Hellcat, but that's not what we're talking about today. What we're going to be doing here, again, like I said, it's been raining. I have tested both of these pistols recently for reliability with a variety of 9mm ammunition. I'm going to post the links below so you can go and check that out if you want to. We're not going to be heading out in the mud to the range today. As you can see here, and again, I just cleared both these pistols. They are nearly identical in size. If you line them up just so, you can hardly see one for the other. They share some similarities. There's quite a few differences. We'll go over those on the tabletop here in just a minute. All right, please bear with me, folks. Technical difficulties have abounded throughout the creation of this video. Please excuse the noise of the air handler in the background. It is extremely humid here today, and I don't want to try to do this without it. Please note here that is a safe and empty weapon, as is this one. There is no ammunition on the table that we're working with here. Okay, as they sit side by side, we have the Sig P365. This is the NRA edition. It comes in the box with these 3 magazines: a flush fit 10 round, a pinky extension 10 round, and a 12 round. Over here we have the GX4, which comes from the factory with only 2 magazines. They are both 11 round magazines. So the amount of magazines provided with the pistol, the nod goes to the Sig. The capacity for a flush fit magazine for maximum concealment, the nod goes to the Taurus. Okay, I have ordered basically what you see here. I've ordered a pinky extension and a 13 round magazine for the Taurus. I ordered those, I don't know, maybe 8 or 9 days ago, and I still haven't received any word, and they haven't showed up in the mail. I'm sure they're coming, but I think Taurus probably is a little behind getting that stuff out. Size-wise, I've got these 2 pistols pointed at each other. I'm going to place both of these flush fit magazines inside the mag well so you can see what they look like with those in. I'm going to get these other ones out of the way. So here we have the overlay of the Taurus on top of the 365, and you can barely see the 365 behind the profile of the Taurus. Flip them around the other way and it's pretty similar. I would say that the overall size nod goes to the P365, however. There's the opposite side profile. That's what they look like nose to nose. And that's what they look like back to back. The sights on the GX4 are very basic sights, but they're very good sights. You have a blacked out rear sight with rear sight serrations to reduce glare, mated with a white dot front sight. It makes for really good target acquisition. It does not make for very good low light use. Over here on the P365, you have 2 very small glow sights on the back and a very bright high visibility day and night glow sight on the front. The front sight on the Sig is much nicer. I could do without the smaller dots on the back. For a small defensive pistol, I think they're a little overcomplicated. Trigger pull on both of these pistols. Turn this so you can see it. A little bit of take up on the 365. Nice crisp break. And I don't have a trigger pull scale. I'd say probably 5 or 6 pounds. The trigger on the GX4, very short take up, very crisp. The trigger feels at least a pound lighter than the trigger on the P365. I would give the nod on the trigger pull to the GX4, noting that it has this flat face trigger on it, which has become all the rage here lately. Even some of the more modern iterations of the P365 come with the flat face trigger. This one does not. It's okay, it's a good trigger, but I think the trigger goes to the Taurus. The Taurus also has a replacement back strap, which is substantially larger than this one. I mean, it sticks out a little bit further. Through the magic of video editing, I'm going to show you what that looks like now. Okay, and there you have it with the larger grip frame installed. You'll see now, lining up the two, that the grip on the GX4 sticks out substantially further than the grip on the P365. I think Taurus was trying to mimic the grip geometry on the 365 when they designed the original grip on this. I have fairly large hands, and generally speaking, I prefer a larger palm-filling grip frame, but in this case, I like it with the slim profile because it feels very much like the P365 in my hand. All right, so there we have the small grip frame reinstalled, and you'll see again that the geometry is very similar. The overall fit and finish on these two pistols is as such. The 365 is really, really good. It's been out for a few years now, and they've kind of worked out all the kinks. The GX4, while it's new to the market, and some could say maybe late to the game, is very, very good. They really did their homework, and they tried to design it with everything that most people wanted in mind. Some of the features that it lacks that a lot of people are looking for would be the RMR rail, or the cutout for an optic. You'll notice that neither of these has that. On this type of pistol, I consider it irrelevant. There are a lot of people that really like it, and that's okay. I'm not one of those people. Moving right along, the empty weight of the GX4 on my scale shows 1 pound, 0.7, or in this case, let's see, 0.6 ounces. So just over 1 pound. The empty weight of the P365 on my scale shows 1 pound, 0.4 ounces. So a difference of about 0.2 ounces. Hardly enough to make a difference, but it is lighter. The nod for weight goes to the Sig. All right, the capacity of the 365 with a loaded flush fit magazine and one in the chamber is 12 rounds. So the weight of the GX4, 1 magazine and 12 rounds, comes in right at 1 pound, 8.5 ounces. I want to take one of those rounds away because the 365 holds 1 less round. You'll see here that the loaded weight is 1 pound, 7.8 ounces. Again, a little lighter, but if you added that 12th round in, the weight would be almost identical. Also, for what it's worth, both pistols come in nearly identically sized plastic hardshell cases. I really don't have much use for these. Okay, other factors to consider here is country of origin. You'll notice here that the Sig P365 is made in Newington, New Hampshire, USA. If you look for country of origin marking on this GX4, you'll have to look around for a minute, and then finally you'll find it underneath the dust cover on the front. I've heard a couple of popular YouTubers mention that this pistol is made in Georgia. It is not. According to the tag right here, it says Taurus Arms, made in Brazil, Taurus, Bainbridge, Georgia. It is not made in the United States. Not a huge deal, but for some folks it is a factor to consider. So now we get down to the nitty-gritty. What is the main factor most folks think of? Cost of the item. The GX4, as you see it right here, has an MSRP of $392. The Taurus P365, as you see it right here, has an MSRP of $649. That's more than $250 more than the GX4. That's a lot more. I can't tell you which one's right for you. I can tell you that I've been carrying religiously the 365 since the day I purchased it. It's a great pistol. It is fed reliably a multitude of different types of ammunition. I have a video, the link is down below, that will show you that. I've only had the GX4 in my grubby little mitts for about a week now, but I can tell you in the length of time that I've had it, every round that I've tried to cycle through it has gone off perfectly. I've got quite a few more rounds through the P365, but that's only because I've had it for a while longer. Time will tell how this one holds up. So, which one takes the nod? I'll let you decide. I know I really like them both. I think if money were a factor, you wouldn't go wrong with getting the GX4. If I was looking at getting my first defensive handgun, if I was, struggling to get by and had a house full of kids, scratch that last part. So anyway, folks, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe if you want to. I'm going to keep trying to put out content. The comments are always welcome. Sometimes they make me laugh. Sometimes they make me scratch my head. But if I don't answer your comment right away, or if I don't get back to you, don't take it personally. I've got a lot of stuff going on right now, and I work for a living. So it's hard for me to make time to stay on top of things as I probably should. But anyway, thanks for watching this tabletop review of the Sig P365 versus the new Taurus GX4. God bless.